All right, next up, Nottingham Forest versus Crystal Palace. Paddy, starting with you here, we talked about, well, we mentioned Nottingham Forest's 4 point deduction for breaching of the financial fair play rules, whatever. Puts them down into relegation zone with 1 point from safety, which I can see them probably escaping that pretty handily, in comparison to Luton, because Luton are on terrible form right now. But you know, Nottingham Forest, 2 wins in the last 10 games. They have been steadily sliding down the table. And I don't know what it is with them because they have a good team, like a decent team, like a team that should be probably better than relegation. They just have no confidence. Whatever it is, there's just something about them. There's just no confidence.
Only things that I've been hearing about Nottingham Forest this season is kind of the off the ball stuff, or like hiring a referee,
Yeah.
consultant, the owner going mental and everything like that. Um, Again, bit of a joke run club,
Mm-hmm.
you could say. Um, just getting lucky with some of the results as well over the last, or like you said 2 wins in 10, but previous to that, their form probably helped them to be where they are.
Yeah.
That 4 point deduction, like that's the sickening thing for Nottingham Forest as well. If they were to appeal it, they won't actually know until after the season as
I
well if they're
know,
going to be
which is
safe or not,
crazy. Like,
which is probably one of the most stupidest rules that I've ever heard.
yeah,
Um,
it needs to get done before the end of the season. You can't be like a week, 10 days after the season ends, be like, oh wait, no, you're relegated. Actually,
yeah. But
That'd be funny though.
it would be funny just 'cause I don't like them, but overall, it'd just be a farce. Like, it just make the league look so bad.
Yeah.
But like, the thing with Nottingham Forest, like, it's one of those things where a lot of teams come up and you're like, oh yeah, like great money in Premier League, it's going to really help the club. But it seems like coming up the Premier League has kind of fucked them up a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? They went and bought, like, 30 odd players, whatever it was, like 27 or something like that. And now they're getting in trouble for it. And if they go down, they're going to have, they're going to have to sell a bunch of those players. They're going to have to sell their best players, probably. The Morgan Gibbs White, Taiwo Inihi, Murillo, the other guy Danilo as well. They could, if they go down, they could be stuck back in the championship for a long time to come,
if not worse.
if not worse. There you go. So it's just
Yeah,
kind of
which
one
is
of
a
those.
pity because when they were coming up, because I don't really have the memory to or the lifespan really for when they were back in the Premier League originally, like so much. So it was nice for them to come up. So it was like, oh, someone kind of new. It's not another like Reading coming up or Middlesbrough or something. It's
Yeah,
not in
yeah.
Forest. But now I can't wait for them to go down. I'm sick of them. Sick of the sight of them. They
Yeah,
can get out of here.
just the whole thing that buying these players is just really, I know, it just really annoyed me for no reason. Like, I'm not a Bar supporter in any way. I don't like hate them in any way, but it just really annoyed me that they were buying players left, right, and center, and they already had a full squad. It just kind of made no sense to me. But yeah, they made the change, brought in Spirito Santos, and I thought, anyways, when he took over, he would kind of turn this club around and like turn the team around, but it's just, yeah, it's not working out for him.
Well, looking at their last 5 games, what lost by a couple of goals to Villa, which they brought it back to 2-2.
Yeah,
Was it 2-2? So the lost to United, lost to Liverpool all by goalage and Brighton, and then have a draw under Luton. So like 4 last for 5 games are not easy games by any means, you know.
yeah.
And in that 2 wins out of 10, I'd say one of them wins was against United after fucking Christmas. That's probably my guess.
Yeah, just going into Palace there, they're another team in not great form. They had like got a new manager in, but in fairness, he's not been doing too bad. It'll take him a while to get his new philosophies across. But Tam, with you, Palace 3 wins in 10. They're 14th place. I think they're comfortable away from relegation. So yeah, this is a game that they'll probably be targeting the win, against the team with probably no confidence in Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, definitely. Just what you said there in relation to the manager. Um, it will take time for him to get his philosophies across, and I think that there was the plan from Steve Parish to get to the end of the season so they can get players in.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be an easy Crystal Palace win.
Yeah. All right. Well, jump in there. Predictions. So, Tam, you said Palace win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I said it's going to be an easy Palace win, but I think it's going to be like 1-0.
30 out 1-0. Rob.
30 out 1-0.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1-1.
Come synonymous with Crystal
Two,
Palace.
two, two, two awkward teams.
Yeah, do you know what? It could be one of those games that'll be a bad, dirty, like draw game, or it could be plenty of goals. It could be like a 2-2, 3-3. Who knows? I'm going to go with a Palace 1-0 as well. Just I have a good feeling it's going to be an awful, awful game. And yeah, not really much to look forward to.